right, Johnny. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. Podcast episode 2, guys. Welcome to the show. We got a whole list of topics to talk about today. A lot of shit going on in the news, which is nothing new. I don't know if you kind of want to hit it off. Apparently, there's always something going on with Joe Biden, but I think what's going on right now is pretty fucking funny.
Well, apparently, when he gets elected,
yeah,
he's gonna cure cancer.
Oh.
And we know that's deep to him because his son did die of cancer, so I understand that. I have found a lot of people found it to be pretty insensitive.
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to over-expand on that. I do think it's funny that we're looking at an article right now. Joe Biden says he'll cure cancer. Sounds like the kind of lie Donald Trump would tell.
Dude, I don't understand. Well, and Johnny, you were talking about
it's
how
pretty big promise.
Dude, I know.
We might need to get Biden in.
Well, here's the thing.
We can cure cancer.
Dude, I know. That's what I'm saying. But, like, here's the thing. He's, there's always, like, conspiracies about how, like, the elites have, like, access to shit that we don't have, like, medically and shit. Like, they're drinking, like, children's blood and stuff to stay like, young forever. So, like...
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, dude. So they probably do have the cure to cancer. And he's just like, he's like, I don't have any policy issues at all. I don't stand for shit. So let's just like...
They're like, damn it, Joe. They're like, fine, we'll cure it.
We'll have to release it. He's like, just let me release the cure to cancer. I'll get in office for sure. But dude, like, what was it? Then here, there's that if you need to look at it, Johnny. But what was it that Trump's son said about it? He said like...
So Trump's son mocked it.
Was it on Twitter?
No, it was in an official interview because Trump last night, which we could further expand on that. We could get fully off topic with
it doesn't matter.
Trump's re-announcement speech.
Oh, he announced that he was going to run again? Yeah. For sure? Oh, yeah. How was that?
It was actually fairly hard to watch.
Was it the full...
A lot of lies. And honestly...
Yeah, I've seen it.
You know who's worse than Donald Trump?
Huh.
Pence.
Oh, yeah?
When you hear Pence talk, man, it takes it up a level.
Is he going to be the VP again?
Seems like it.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
if he's not, he's really hustling for Trump. I mean...
Oh, so he was just pitching Trump as a candidate, right? Not necessarily
pitching everything they've done. I mean, it was honestly pretty eerie. I'm going to be honest. Like,
yeah.
It was kind of hard to hear.
Yeah.
And I like to be open to, what if Trump did say something good or something?
Yeah, so you kept your
It was a lot of lies, and then Bernie's response... Bernie gave like a 10-minute response, roughly.
Yeah.
And he was literally like mocking it, like how he heard it, and like his response was exactly like what.
So you watched the speech. Was which Trump was it? Was it the full bore?
It was campaign Trump.
Campaign.
He's going campaign.
Teleprompter Trump.
And that's what's eerie is because I think it works.
So
that's why I say
it wasn't
eerie.
teleprompter Trump.
No.
Dude, I
feel he's getting better at it too. So it was like a halfway.
It was.
I'd say he definitely planned the speech, but
yeah, it was like the "you're fired."
He knows
Trump.
how to play off the crowd,
right? So it was the actual Trump. It wasn't the looking at the dude like when he's doing the videos where he's looking at the teleprompter. He's like
trying to sound like Ronald Reagan or
today in Iran. There was a oil tanker.
And then he looks to the other
that exploded. Many people lost their lives, but then it's ridiculous. How can you be involved in show business for that many years and not be able to read a cocksucking fucking teleprompter, dude? I don't understand it.
Well, I mean, imagine getting where you get very successfully, just rambling, and just being yourself, and then now you're told. You need to calm down, or you're gonna make people pissed.
Yeah, no.
So then you gotta read off the teleprompter.
People love it.
I kind of imagine Trump like reading off it, and then he's like, "Fuck, I would have done way better if I just said how I feel."
Yeah, yeah. No, it looks like shit. So what? It was Trump Jr. said, "If you can cure cancer," directed at Joe Biden. He said, "If you can cure cancer, why didn't you do it decades ago?"
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly what he said. I was gonna look it up.
Yeah.
So
Dude.
Is he wrong?
Here's the thing.
That's where it becomes problematic because.
Okay.
What a shitty statement.
Yeah.
From
dude.
Joe Biden. I'm sorry. Like
how did he?
How are you gonna cure cancer?
Did he even like?
And I've noticed if you try to criticize him for it, and in any way like show the Donald Trump side and his son, which I get.
Yeah.
People are like, his son died of cancer. How dare you?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a grandpa who died of cancer. How dare he say he's gonna cure cancer once he's elected?
Yeah.
What a bold statement.
Yeah.
And with no merit. Let's be honest. Is there any merit to that?
Did he say,
I highly doubt it.
Did he say at all in any way like how he plans on curing cancer? Does he have a game plan? Or is he just... Dude, it literally sounds like something in a cartoon.
How do you have a game... If you already have the game plan, why is it, once you're elected, why aren't we already doing it? Because it's the biggest thing to humanity right now.
Well, say this, though.
So, I don't know. What's your game plan? Why are you holding it back if you have a game plan?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's a little bad, too.
Yeah. Dude, do you think that, like, possibly Joe Biden's, like, a secret, like, mad scientist? And he actually
I was thinking, I do think that is possible. I think Joe Biden may be the greatest mind we've ever seen.
Like, maybe he's a fucking superhero or something and we don't know. Like, it could be. I'm not saying,
Like, what if he just came out in a lab coat once he got elected and he's like, I've had the cure for a while, I just wanted to secure the fact.
I didn't want it to fall in the wrong hands during the Trump administration.
If we had given it to Trump...
It would have been sold by pharmaceutical companies.
He would have just put or brushed it under the rug.
Yeah.
I, Joe Biden, the greatest world leader ever, have the cure to every single type of different cancer there is.
He gets elected, and then there's like a nuclear accident, and he comes like floating down to the podium, literally like Dr. Adam, is it, in Watchmen?
Is that the guy's name? Yeah.
I think so, but it's literally like he's coming down like no, and it's like fuck, but it's Joe Biden, Dude, I love how in that movie they like had his dick actually. Wasn't his dick like obvious in that movie?
They did did show the man's penis.
And then it shows him like banging that chick, and like, dude, she's gonna get ovarian cancer for sure, man.
And then what happens?
I don't think she gets the cancer.
Yeah.
Other women did.
The one woman who was originally his girlfriend shows up to the press conference way later dying of cancer.
Dude, it's kind of fucked up because I'm thinking like he's fucking her. And, like,
well,
so
I'm going from the movie to the comic because I was a huge fan of the comic.
Oh, okay.
And there's multiple comics.
The girl that he's with in the actual movie.
Oh, what's that called? It's not a comic. It's a
graphic novel.
A graphic novel. Yeah.
That's for nerds that went to college, essentially. So that's what that is. By the way, we got a good friend of ours and our newest $10 patron to Patreon in here, Matthew Octree. You want to say hi, bud?
Hey guys, it's a pleasure to be part of this. So,
yeah,
keep it real.
Matt's been just good friend for years, good supporter, and he's getting married soon. So we're gonna see him through that, get him on the other side of it, So it's gonna be great. So what else is going on, Johnny? Take a look at that little sheet. What's next on the itinerary?
Well, we have the Iran oil tanker attack, which we could go into different depths of what's going on there. We could go to the official statement, which mines apparently blew it up from Iran.
Say that again? So what is the government telling us that happened?
Mike Pompeo.
Okay, who is, like, Defense Secretary?
The Secretary of State, I believe. I just want to confirm that, because we would look pretty dumb if it's somebody else.
Well,
probably should have had it up, right?
Well, that's all right. This is the learning curve, brother.
Exactly.
And, hey, I got to say, we're a lot more prepared this time. We actually sat down today and, like, compiled our notes.
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State.
So, this is what Hillary Clinton was.
Which, in the modern era, that's the Secretary of Imperial Neocolonialism.
Essentially,
that's what that means.
This is a very powerful position. So this is what Hillary Clinton was under Obama.
That sounds deep, bro. Why do they call them secretaries?
I don't know.
Like, why not?
Why secretary? And
like,
why do we
in
rename
Europe they call them ministers?
So why do we
name a lot more magistrate?
And why do we rename these things throughout history, even though they're the same? And it's slowly gotten more Orwellian, where it's like, when you hear it, you're like, because wasn't it original? I believe Secretary of War was an original.
Yeah, it was.
And that sounds all right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But now it's like Secretary of State.
Because it's Secretary of State because it's advancing the needs and the agenda of the state around the world. That's what it means. But anyway, so they're saying what? What is the United States government telling us why these Japanese oil tankers exploded? They're telling us what?
Well, they're saying they're mines.
That.
And I mean, it's a very rough explanation. That's the thing. It's not even like a great detailed explanation. It's almost like, we're dumb, say Iran did it.
I assume they're trying to keep it vague so that they can
But the
add
people
details
on the
later.
ship, like the sailors, I guess you would call them, they're on a tanker.
They're saying the government's saying it's Iran planted mines. Iranian terrorists planted mines on the side of an oil tanker.
I mean,
a Japanese oil tanker.
They're not even really saying the word terrorist. They're just acting like it was the government of Iran.
Okay.
Which is unique
also.
They're not even acting like it was... They're acting like it was just a fallout government of Iran.
Yeah. They're like, people don't care about terrorists anymore.
But meanwhile, the people on the ship saw flying objects right before explosions started going on.
Some people
which contradicts... And the owner of these tankers, who's Japanese, is denying the official...
He has his doubts. And the Japanese government has.
And I will say, if I was the Iranian government, no, I probably wouldn't do it in that fashion. Say if I was to do it, I mean,
Here's the thing. You actually are coming to the point, though.
And I will say, the Iranian leader supposedly, I saw this earlier, doesn't even want to meet with Trump. So that doesn't add to helping anything.
No, it doesn't.
We are obviously on high tensions.
Yeah, no.
So
the nuclear clock has moved forward, but. That's the thing. I want people to consider this. Okay, so Iran is completely surrounded by United States military bases and completely surrounded by U.S.-leaning powers.
Yep.
Okay. And it's a country of, like, I don't even know the population. Maybe you can look that up. I don't know. But compared to the United States and the rest of the world powers, it's an extremely small country with, especially because of the U.S. sanctions, extremely limited resources.
81 million in Iran.
81 million. Okay, that's actually considerably bigger than I thought, but still.
And they do have a strong military. That should also be
but still.
One of the biggest in the world.
Still, consider, say you were Iran. Okay, you're this little country, completely surrounded by foreign powers, right? And the biggest military superpower in the history of the planet is literally looming over you, like there's a fence between you, and he's just
the only thing is
it.
To give it some significance of like why they might be starting to get cocky. There was a recent video where a Russian warship almost came into contact with ours.
Yeah.
And the Russian soldiers were like sunbathing.
Oh, I heard about this.
They were just sunbathing out on the deck. Meanwhile, our soldiers were like...
Can Russians even sunbathe? Aren't they like super white?
I mean,
that sounds like there's something... Nah, dude, they were up to something. You ever heard of a Russian sunbathing?
No.
Fuck no, dude. They were doing something sneaky. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe, in Russia, and we're getting off topic, but Russia really cracks down on homosexual shit, so maybe these sailors are like, they're all joining the Navy so they can get their fuck on out at sea,
It's definitely possible.
And then the United States military saw that, and all our gay sailors were, like, upset because they're on an action, and so they're like, let's go fuck with them. And maybe that's what happened. But anyway, wait. The point I'm trying to get at is, imagine you're this little country completely surrounded by, a giant superpower military force that could just hit the button and then bada bing, bada boom, there's no more Iran. And you're in the government, you are the government, and you're like, I'm going to blow up some Japanese oil tankers to piss off this big guy. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Nobody's going to do it.
It would only make sense if, say, that happened and then right away China, didn't attack somewhere else. It would have to, be coordinated.
Multi-pronged.
Yeah.
With their allies.
Yeah.
Like China, Russia, Venezuela, everybody
it's
did.
Just...
No.
But the thing is, we don't really know. But the thing is, I have found people weirdly trust Mike Pompeo and the Trump administration when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the same people are like, we got to get rid of Trump and his administration. They're bad. It goes both ways. You can't trust a corrupt administration when it comes to major things like this.
Uh-huh.
And it does feel like the same playbook we've seen throughout history. It's not
Gulf of Tonkin. This is Gulf of Tonkin.
Gulf of Tonkin was trending on Google and I believe Twitter.
Yeah. Do you think that's legit, or you think like
I think it was trending because people were talking
they're
like, this is a false flag.
This is bullshit, so they're double checking.
I mean, right away, I thought it was a false flag.
Bro.
I mean, that's what it is. And
Yeah.
a false
Dude,
flag
I'm
doesn't
sure-
mean that something didn't happen. It just means
the
the way it happened is false.
suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the government should just hurry up and shut the internet down, dude. I mean,
I don't think we should be able to talk like this. I think
Yeah.
it's hurting everything.
you know what? Let's just shut it down.
I think we
No.
should all be forced to wear the same clothes and
Yeah, gray, a nice gray, like you know the McDonald's. Have you seen or black, gray and black, gray with black trim. Okay, maybe a little silver in there. Anyway, have you seen like
Silver Sparks Revolution?
this is interesting. Have you guys seen like the new? This is kind of older, but have you seen the new like McDonald's uniforms?
No.
They're like trying to go for like a fancy chef look, but it literally just looks like Nazi
Maybe.
uniforms. Like it looks like 100% like a Nazi uniform. Only instead of the swastika, they got the big M.
I mean, I've got some complaints
It's
about
hilarious, dude.
McDonald's.
Okay, what do you got?
Too many young high school kids and not enough people who have their wits about them to control them.
Oh
That's
yeah,
my.
yeah.
Lately, I've noticed if you go into and I don't eat McDonald's very often, but every time I have, I always go inside. Takes about 10 minutes
So
at
'cause you
least
don't want
to
anybody-
get, say, a McDouble.
Yeah.
There's a problem there.
Okay.
This is supposed to be McDonald's.
Well, this is what happens when you pay minimum wage,
I-
brother. No, but you're right. Like McDonald's is literally,
They're letting the kids get away with everything.
it's a crew of teenagers ran by crackheads. It's fucked up. Like that.
Or drunks.
But dude,
Let's not say
exactly.
crackheads. Let's,
Exactly.
Well, no,
But
drunks.
but dude,
Drunks are just college
and they're all
kids.
getting paid minimum wage. So, considering that, they get that McDouble out pretty quick, brother. Don't you think? I mean, they got problems at home.
This is why
They're all knocked
we're gonna bring
up.
this
They
is
got
why we need
ketamine
automation.
addiction,
We need
you know, so
we need
like-
automation.
Mhm.
So we have robots flipping those burgers
Mm.
at however many burgers a second.
Yeah.
You should order it and it should be there by the time.
And you
get to
can
the
have
other
sex
side.
with it too, like the robot. I mean,
I'm good with my hand.
you don't think so? Nah,
I think you're taking it too far.
it's
now.
okay, dude. It's okay.
Like we might have to end this spot. No, but
no, dude. My favorite thing in regards to that, and then we'll move on, is people that are like, I always see these memes on Facebook, like these motherfuckers want $15 an hour, they can't even spell ketchup, or they can't even. It's like, dude, and I know you agree with me. It's like if you're working 40 hours a week, I don't care if you're mentally handicapped and like whatever the fuck is you got a drug addiction. I don't care what the fuck's the matter with you. If you're working 40 hours a week, even if you're the shittiest worker on the planet, if you're doing that, you should be able to like pay your fucking rent.
well, also.
You know?
Google the billfold.com. It was always supposed to be a living wage. The minimum wage
Yeah.
was never supposed to be
Some pretense of
some
you can't
high
pay
school
less.
wage where it was meant to be you could live off.
Yeah, it was meant to
The
make
wage.
sure that companies aren't
That's
taking
why it was
advantage of
created.
labor.
Right,
Yes.
it's evolved to be
Yeah.
a high school wage.
Yeah, it's taken a weird cultural turn. That's
Well, that's the thing. You can go to the FDR speech where he talks about. I could even play it right now.
if you can dig it up, you can dig it up.
It's a very short. I can
But
play
yeah.
30 seconds of it.
Coming back to Iran quick while you're digging that up, like I just heard that they're gonna send 1,000 troops to areas around Iran, and I'm assuming a lot of those are like military advisors, right? That sort of scenario. Sort of how that's what they did in Vietnam too. They sent military advisors first. I don't know. I'm really worried about this, and I'm hoping that like, you know, after this election and just from general outcry of people, that like we will be able to stop it. Like we were kind of able to stop. They wanted to put boots on the ground in Libya and Syria, and the outcry enough was like.
Well, something
no,
else
we can't get away
uniquely
with
to
that.
look up
People are
is
sick of war, you know.
Trump was actually being interviewed. This was like a couple weeks ago at this point, and he was asked about. He said he did deploy like 1,000 more troops or something like that, but they wanted them to send the whole cavalry.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
And what
That's
Trump
that
said
money.
was like, it was really weird to hear a president say it. He was like, the military has a lot of control. Maybe someday
You showed
someone will expose it.
You showed me that video. He talked
And it's
about
very
the
eerie
NRC.
because it's like, you're the president right now. Why aren't you exposing it?
Oh yeah.
It was very eerie to hear. I was like,
Yeah. No, I remember seeing that.
Trump has his rare moments where it's like he obviously isn't the politician. Oh wow.
You got it up?
Yeah, that
okay,
randomly started at a
so
weird
this
point.
is the speech by FDR talking about.
It's a minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, let's play. It's essentially talking about an economic bill of rights.
I'm gonna put the mic.
Don't fuck with it, dude. They should be able to pick it up. Just have the sound
Probably
up
true.
enough. Sound should be good enough.
Eventually.
I just really hope the
We'll be
audio
able
is
to
working
play.
quality good enough on this. Like I know it was.
Imagine if it's not even recording.
If it okay, let's just say it isn't. Oh well, it was good practice. Okay, let's not get devastated. But it was recording. It just sounded a little odd.
All right, so let's see what this plays as.
Let's do
this
it.
is gonna be interesting.
This is the FDR speech.
And eventually, something to work on before I play it.
Uh-huh.
It's like how to play videos like.
He was
through
trying
the
to.
program,
He was
right?
trying. John was trying to fuck with that.
You
Kind
know
of
what
shit.
I mean? Like you're playing the video.
Like a video will pop
Like
up.
what you're hearing. It's like what you're.
Or-
says something.
Yeah.
The
Pull it
dude
up.
pulls it right up.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
That's the like goal. Right?
Dude, like I said, John, we'll have a and John's gonna be our Big John. I'm gonna start calling him. Everybody has to have
Big
a
John.
BJ's.
BJ. Yeah.
BJ.
He doesn't give BJ's, but he will receive them. Anyway, but yeah, he's gonna be Big John's gonna be our technician. And hopefully, help us get this Twitch taken off, and yeah, we'll talk about that later, bud. But we'll sit down, hopefully in the next week or two, and get some shit wrong.
So we just went way off topic.
Yeah, whatever.
Everyone, remember, I'm about to play the
FDR speech. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear
Let's
it.
hear about that quick.
No, it's not gonna work.
No, it's coming up. It takes a second.
Yeah, that Chromebook sucks, dude.
No, that's a.
Dude, I should just get another computer, finance it, and then you can play some World of Warcraft with me too. Yeah, that's really insightful, dude, because he's talking about not just minimum wage, but he's talking about hand over everything, regulations,
Which looks
wages.
at what's going on.
Exactly.
The Republican.
Hand it over to business. We'll do
And
it.
it's not just Republicans, let's be clear.
No.
It's a large portion of the Democrats who actually control the Democratic Party. So,
You know what? I just want to say this. If you're a fucking Democrat and you're taking corporate money, like, I'm speaking directly to you. If you're sitting here taking fucking money from them and then trying to act like you're our friend, that you support LGBTQ, that you support colored people, that you support healthcare, and you're taking fucking corporate money and you're on the camera lying to our fucking face, fuck you. Like, we're going to take our country back. We might not do it today, tomorrow, or next year, but it's fucking coming, man. So, fuck you. That's my shout out to that. Anyway.
well, and it's pretty obvious. I mean, we're seeing, like, people now run against Joni Ernst for the Senate in Iowa.
People are stepping up, dude.
You can always hear whenever you hear a Democrat run, and when they start to talk about health care, you'll know they're full of shit when they say they want to expand access to health care. It's a talking point.
Yeah, it is. It's sneaky.
What's that mean? Expand access. We already have access.
Yeah.
We need a single payer healthcare system. You need to be, and if you're really for a single payer, you're going to make it known.
Yeah.
You're for single payer.
Yeah.
The access shit is a lie.
We need to have affordable health care.
Yeah.
The fuck does that mean, bro?
It doesn't mean anything. Or we need to expand Obamacare. Like, Obamacare was a right-wing plan to begin with.
Yeah, it
it
was.
sucked. And that's why people hate it.
Yeah, it didn't do shit hardly.
The private insurance companies are trash. Let's just
they
be
own
real.
this
Like,
bitch,
why?
dude. They own it.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's up next, John boy?
Well, we got Alex Jones.
Oh yeah. Alex Jones.
If we had any chance right now of making any money from this video somehow, it's about to stop.
Gone. But that's okay, because
Alex
we're not
Jones
making
is
any
being,
anyway.
Well, Alex Jones, there's multiple accusations, actually. Jones is making accusations. People are making accusations against him.
Mm-hmm.
He's offering a $1 million reward over finding out who sent child porn links to his email that the FBI informed him about.
Yeah.
To make him look like he has child porn.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Which,
you for those of you who've been following it all, but you haven't really read much, you might have seen articles with like the headline, Alex Jones with child pornography. But that's not the case. Right now, he's undergoing an investigation involving the Sandy Hook shit,
that's the
right?
problem, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's you can expand on that. Now the Sandy Hook people are claiming that he's lying and now threatening them that they sent the child porn to him.
Yeah, so it's just...
It's a very toxic situation.
It is.
It's very juicy, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I got to admit.
It is.
Not being involved, it's interesting to view what's going on.
Yeah, essentially, somebody sent Alex Jones links that have access to child pornography, which I don't even know.
The FBI said that they were never even opened, and they probably didn't even know the links.
It was somebody trying to make him look bad. I highly doubt it's any parents of the Sandy Hook victims.
Well, exactly. That's where it gets weird, because that's what they're claiming is now he's threatening them. Yeah,
because he said what? What's that? I got that quote's on there. He said,
"Oh, I'll get your ass," directed to people trying to get
that were...
The thing is, he wasn't necessarily directing that towards the Sandy Hook people. And I don't want to overly somehow defend Alex Jones.
No, but...
I could actually get the full quote. Probably should have had that up.
Doesn't matter, dude. Pretty much what Alex... in regards to who... He was saying, I'll get your ass to whoever had sent him that child pornography, and then he like...
Yeah.
And then he like put up a $1 million bounty to find whoever did it. And the media or whoever else is trying to spin that like he's saying, I'll get your ass to the Sandy Hook people.
The newest stuff that I'm reading right now is Alex Jones sent child pornography to Sandy Hook victim's lawyer.
Alex Jones sent?
Court documents allege.
Okay.
Now...
So they're trying to say that...
Here...
That's fucking wild. And
well, it does get weird, because if he was sent it himself and then resent it to a lawyer to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's not like
he's trying to distribute.
It's overall very weird, awkward, and like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
very weird to talk about. I mean,
either way, they're gonna, and Alex Jones is a wild motherfucker, and
I'm trying to find the funny quote, because it was a funny quote.
And the thing is,
I'll get your ass.
So, and this comes to a subject like the whole thing with the Sandy Hook deal. They tried to say that Alex Jones said and believes that Sandy Hook did not happen. So that's not exactly right, is it? What it is that...
The thing is, Alex Jones goes back... If you ever watched his show...
He goes deep, dude. Like, into conspiracies and shit.
I mean, I have actually seen... Dude, he'll say stuff, and then 2 weeks later, he'll say he never said it.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's pretty much confirmed he did say it never happened, and now he says it did happen.
I mean, I guess I've seen the interviews with him, and I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well,
I don't have enough.
A lot.
Well, dude, I don't even know if he lies. He's just weird. Like he's a little bit crazy. Have you heard? You probably.
Well, and he will say he has the documents, and then we don't necessarily.
But what I've taken is what he's tried to say is that he gets into conspiracies, and then people come at him and tell him conspiracies. And so on the air with his show Infowars, he said like, people are telling me that Sandy Hook didn't even happen. And I said, well, maybe it didn't. Something like that.
Can I also just say the quote fully from him?
Okay, all right.
Because I'm enjoying it. You're trying to set me up with child porn. I'll get your ass.
Hey, Johnny, try to bring it down just a tiny bit.
Mr. Jones said during the show, $1 million, you little gang members. $1 million to put your head on a pike.
Oh, Jesus.
Mr. Jones also named Mr. Mate during the show and repeatedly punched a picture of his face, according to the court filing.
I want to see that. We'll have to watch that later.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard to... Alex Jones is not helping himself, but...
Yeah, no. No, I know. That's what I'm thinking.
It does seem the FBI said that it was an attack against Jones. That's where I want to. I don't want it to seem like we're defending Alex Jones.
No, we're just trying to look at the whole damn thing.
Yeah, but I do believe that the FBI has confirmed it was an attack against Jones, attempting to make it look like he had child porn when he actually was just being set up. That's what I want to clarify.
They want to make him look bad. And, this gets on the subject, and we kind of talked about it in the last episode, but we'll just, touch on it again, is, this whole, the whole culture of censorship that we're seeing, with YouTube and all kinds of shit, people getting deplatformed.
It's not just YouTube,
it's a lot
Facebook,
of things.
Twitter,
but
Instagram.
YouTube is definitely the center stage. You know what I'm saying? Because people are losing money and their livelihoods over the censorship. And it's dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know if you've listened to InfoWars, or if you don't even have to listen to InfoWars. Listen to the Joe Rogan podcast with Alex Jones. The guy's a lunatic, man. He's a crazy guy.
Well, the problem is some people even think Joe Rogan should be
deplatformed because he gave him a platform.
Which I think is pretty bad. I mean, I would love to talk that. If Alex Jones wanted to come talk here, I'd be why wouldn't you want to talk to someone like that? Why wouldn't you want to bring a white nationalist in, talk to him, let him say his ideas, and then expose them as, crap ideas?
Yeah.
Because they exist, and trying to deny they exist just makes more people
You're just hiding
wonder
at that point.
Why is the establishment silencing these ideas? Maybe they have merit, and then you just actually give the ideas credit and you build support for said ideas.
And here's the thing: we're gonna bring in a minute or two. We're gonna bring up this anti-gay pastor spouting some incredibly hateful shit, and this kind of brings up the question of when do we censor, right? Maybe there is a time and place for it. If you're actively calling for people to be killed, maybe you should be censored. But what I'm getting at is it's an extremely dangerous slope to start saying that you can't say this. And people, the argument people are trying to make, Johnny, that really fucks me up is they say freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. I tend to agree with that. But here's the thing. They go on with that to the next level and they say these private companies are private companies and they have the right to take whoever they want off of their platforms. Let me finish this thought though, because the danger with that is these platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, these have become our public forum. These programs, these websites are the public square. They are the soapbox now.
So when you're making all your money.
Exactly.
You're banned,
and you take people's livelihood away.
Simply because you've said something that these technocrats...
Yes. So in this information technological internet age, if you deplatform somebody, if you ban somebody arbitrarily from a platform for saying something that you don't agree with, you are essentially taking away their main medium to speak. And it's dangerous. And I have to ask, where does it stop?
Well, it's not going to stop them. We've seen people on the left be banned.
Yeah.
It starts because people think social media is like a leftist thing. It's really more of they want to make sure nothing out of the sphere. They want to make sure they can make money from the most people possible. That's the only thing they care about.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter if it's a left or right thing. They just want to make sure that everything's safe.
Mm-hmm.
But what made these social platforms good is that you could spout stuff that isn't safe.
You could say whatever you wanted, And
yeah. So.
What's the next thing on there, Johnny?
So we have the fight for your right to party in Delaware. If you want to talk about it.
No, we should do that at the end because while we're on the subject about censorship,
we don't know how that'll play.
Yeah, we'll see. But let's bring up that
anti-gay pastor.
Yeah. So see if you can get that video ready.
I actually haven't listened to this.
I can't remember where he's from. I want to say Alabama, but I could be wrong. Johnny will probably figure that out on the video. It'll show on the video. But anyway, this pastor is up giving a sermon in front of his parish, and he talks about how God has ordained our governments to, enact his will. And he's openly calling for the police to arrest LGBTQ or whatever people, put them on a trial, and then put them to death. And we're gonna play this video of him like, and hopefully the audio will come through okay through the mic. But man, it gave me chills listening to it, man.
Yeah, this is a learning experience when it comes to the audio and playing because it's like
you might want to get that mic up above the desk
so
there.
I just want to confirm because what you had brought up is not fully brought up, but I think I found it. The Catholic priest is caught on video.
No, that's the cocaine thing. It's higher up.
Okay.
But that's kind of cool.
I was gonna say that.
I mean, if I was a Catholic priest and I got all these like rituals and shit I gotta do every day, I gotta fuck like 10 boys a day, or whatever it is, I'm gonna probably do a little coke, you know. Otherwise, how are you gonna get through with all of it? So, the guy's gotta get his job done.
That was too far.
Do whatever, man. Don't listen if you don't like my sense of humor. I mean, really, I go dark sometimes. Like it's just how it's gonna be.
Okay, here we are though.
Did you find it?
I found it.
Yeah, pull that up.
A second.
I think it's a few minutes long, but we can kind of listen to it. Watch it, Johnny. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to get a new computer though that runs a little quicker because this one's just ridiculous. Is it not loading?
It's loading.
Okay. We're getting there. Just give us a second. In the meantime, I'll make small talk with Matt. So, Matt, what are you doing tonight? Oh, never mind. Talk to you later.
Ryan's, he's gonna have a bonfire.
Nice. Wish I could come.
9:26 I will.
Okay, hang on.
So,
You got it up, John Boy?
yeah. It's up.
All right, play it. Turn it up. There's a key on the...
Should enforce Leviticus 20:13. The United States government or local government, Knox County government, Tennessee government should put murder.
Murders to death.
God damn it. Anyway, we're just going to drop it because it's being a piece of shit. Definitely going to have to invest in a computer. But anyway, this guy openly calls for the police to round up homosexuals, trans people, put them on a trial according to the Constitution, and put them to death. Like, this is happening in the United States. And I don't know if any of you guys have watched the TV show The Handmaid's Tale or read the book, but bro, you know, on the one end, we're heading to like a 1984 dystopia, Brave New World dystopia, and then on the other end, we're heading towards like the opposite end, The Handmaid's Tale, like a religious, right-wing, militocracy, authoritarian, orthodoxy government.
Theocratic.
All those isms and schisms that you can imagine. Man, like some Sharia law, but only Christian. It's insanity, dude.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Nice.
What time are we sitting at right now?
It's 9:28.
9:28? Cool. Alright, so what else we got going on?
The really only other major thing right now was the Fight for Your Right to Party in Delaware, which is a hilarious video. I think people should look up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to be able to play it, I guess, but pretty
We
much...
couldn't play that. We're not
No,
playing that.
no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's kind of weird, because we even had... We had everything, like, pulled up and shit, too, so... And it should have been loading, but whatever. It didn't work. We're still trying to figure everything out with this, but pretty much these kids, what was it in California?
No.
Where was it?
They're like from California, but it's in Delaware.
California. It's in Delaware?
Yeah.
Is that even a state, actually?
He actually like tried to deny it was a state in the video, and then they're like, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
did
it's
he?
the first state, dude.
Yeah. Isn't Washington D.C. between like Delaware and Maryland, or am I in like Virginia and shit?
I have no idea. I'm very bad with maps.
I'm good with geography, but I'm having a blank on that. But anyway, pretty much, was it a like city government?
Yeah.
I guess a city government was
And
like,
they're trying to like outlaw partying apparently.
yeah, which to them,
It's pretty good. It's a pretty funny video.
yeah, to them it was like a party was like 4 people like gathered together or something, but these guys, they go up in front of the city council meeting, like speak their 10 cents on it, and they're all like stoners and like, what was he saying? He's like, he's like, yeah, he's like,
against the Constitution.
it's against the Constitution.
And he's like, technically under this law,
bro.
this city council meeting would be a party.
And
And this is pretty chill.
yeah.
But it's not a party.
He's like, and this is chill, but it's not really a party. Yeah.
And there's
and-
one city councilman who's like loving it, man. He's
Yeah.
like sitting there like.
Dude, if I was a city councilman, I'd be like, okay, you guys.
And
can
it
talk
does
about
pan to the people in the background, like sitting in like other
It was-
citizens, and you can tell some of them are like,
It's hilarious.
Not wrong.
It's hilarious. You guys should check out that video. Just probably type in Delaware right to party city council meeting. It'll be
yeah, that's what comes up.
it'll be hilarious. Yeah. So we're kind of guess we didn't have as much content planned out as we thought we did. Running a little short today, but
Kind of my bad too.
I mean, how long are we even going for, though?
that didn't have anything.
How long are we at right now?
Yeah. What's the time saying there? I'm kind of curious.
We're at about 50 minutes.
50? Damn.
Almost an hour.
Goes quick, dude. It is kind of like a little time warp in here, man.
Well, that's the thing. And once we fully get it down, and it's like
Yeah.
fully good content, because obviously
Yeah.
this is.
We're still working on. We're trying to like figure out a routine and everything to get it going. But anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. So first off, I want to say, I got a few more patrons on YouTube recently. A couple $3 ones and a $10 one. So thank you to Doug Steik, Ryan Lee, and of course Matt Aquatree, who's here with us today. I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for tuning into the podcast. Here we are, episode 2. It's been a real trip with you guys, and thanks for supporting us and sticking with us while we get all this, all the ins and outs figured out here. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Bye.